Hi, we are going to continue from where we stopped in the last class. Okay, we're about to focus on the landing parts and the recovery, how to its position. Okay, so I'm going to zoom tight to this one here. I'm going to zoom tight to this. There are a lot of keys right here that are not always snapped, so I'm going to right click and snap them, including this. This one it's refusing to get snapped. Snap those. Okay, probably I might have to probably remove that. And push this aside. Okay. Control Z to have that back. So what I see, let me play blast on and see what I have there. Let's see what I have there. I like the landing, except that there's a particular stretch that seems to be missing here. There's a particular stretch that seems to be missing from the leg, probably here, somewhere around here. I think this leg should have probably gotten to the ground. Should be really stretched. Okay, really stretched out. Sorry, just the leg, and I think should still remain touching the ground. Should have touched the ground to make this touch the ground. There's like a slight movement there. I think that should be somewhere around here then. There's like a slight movement forward. Alright. I think I like that. Let me go back to the perspective view. Right, so something like that. Okay, let's see. Right. Okay, I think on here should begin to outline. Except that leg should still be touching the ground. So let's go back to the perspective view. I think I like this. Okay. I think I like that. I know, right? It's me. Let's replay blast quickly. Okay. Hope you are getting there. Probably should have like an hack there. Okay, should be like, should have like a pause. Select all the keys, all of them. So we should have like a pause for the rising up. before the rising up. Now it lands. Let's 1, 2. Let's space this out. Then probably the same thing to this 1 and 2. And the standing too should not see. I'm trying to like slow down the standing up. You get that? I think I like this, the recovery part, but the standing has to be really slow down. It has to be really slow down. Between here and here, it stands up. Between here and here, it shouldn't be the same amount of frame. I think we should have like 3 more frames to that. Why this stands at the center point. Let's see what we have now. I think we can still like space it more. 1, 2. Stand as a center point. Okay, that's our center point. Okay, yeah, so we can add more things in between there. You can add more things in between. See, when it lands, it has to take some time, just a couple of seconds to recover it himself, because it's coming from somewhere that is high. It lands. Yes. Right, let's start adding the in between and start refining it the way it should be. Go save that. Okay, select this. I'm just going to it's probably that. Let me see what it looks like here. Okay, and here probably should still be up slightly, and should be rotated forward. Okay, this is not bad, but I don't enjoy having it at the extreme level, so let me have something like this here. Okay, okay. In fact, let's put the hand on the ground. Let's have the hand on the ground. We'll place this on the ground. We'll look at things from this right. Place it here. Probably rotate this. Rotate this down. Spread out. Okay. Now this is it. And it should remain there. I think everything should remain like that. Everything here should be copied down to this place. Yeah, I think I like that. So now when it's here, I think this hand should come forward as well. Should come forward to support the other hand, because it's the push that we have here is so heavy that he needs the other hand to support it, to support himself up. He needs the other hand to support himself up. Yeah. Something like this. The landing is so heavy that he had to throw this other arm forward. Shouldn't be this extreme, like I always say. I don't enjoy having them at the extreme. So this is what we have. In between is coming in. In between is coming in. It has to be rotated. No, not this. I think this is what needs to be. They both have to have keys in the same position. I think this is when it's. No, that's the wrong one. Sorry, that's the wrong one. Should have checked properly. Sorry about that. So this is what we have here. There's like a snap here. There's like a snap there. Yeah, I think I'm correct. It's this. Okay. No, this one is nail. Sorry, I keep making that mistake. I don't think that is from the nail. I think it's just. Let me try the oiler. Okay. Okay, here's what I'm just gonna do. I'm just gonna set this not to the extreme. Okay. Are we having this? Do I have to keep smoothing everything every time? Okay. Okay, I think that seems to be fixed. Okay, that's when it started moving forward. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to spread this out. I'm going to grab all of these keys or frames so that we can have, so I can have a space for this in between. I'm going to go back to the word, set this point back to the word, and then probably start to rotate it. And this is it. I think should still remain in that position. There's no point in it going forward now. Should still remain in that position up there, somewhere around here. Oh, I think it's here. That's it. But this should still remain in this position. Yes, should still remain in that position. And the back, the head, or the spine, including the head, they should still remain in there. Yes. Go down, maybe the hand supported. I think the hand should have been there a little bit sooner. A little bit sooner. I'm going to paste that here. So it's go back there. Go back there. Should still be in front. Still be rotated forward, something around that position. See, should still be in front to some extent. it stands up. Yup. So it remains the snapping, quick snapping around this. I might probably delete this as it's going forward. Lands, as it lands, the hand should move quickly forward. Lands. I don't enjoy having the hand at the back and not because the weight in which it brings to the front, it seems heavier than for him not to have the support coming from this other hand. I don't know whether you understand what I'm trying to achieve here. The weight in which it has actually used to land and the way it has actually moved forward simply means that it's supposed to have the two hands supporting himself on the ground. Do you get? Then it now recovers. I don't know whether you understand this. When it lands, the weight which it has landed or it lands requires that he uses the two ends to support himself in order for him not to have his head hitting the ground. I'm setting keys for the elbow to have it on the same spot. I think it should remain where it is. I don't think I have any issues with that. But let's see what we have with this. For this one, when it stands, there has to be an in between here for it to move up quickly and not to get inside. See that? Okay, I think that is coming from here. Okay. Alright. Okay, but the movement of this arm is what I need to work on now. Okay, let me see where that is. Here. So all of this have to be straightened out. Set them all to 0 on that key. Okay, including this one here. Set them all to 0, and the bends here. Do you see that? See that? This is what I'm talking about. We're going to set some in betweens for this. I'll probably have it on the main key as well. I'm going to rotate. Something like that. I think I should still have it like this. So I should still have all the ends opened, like something around here. probably let's have it on the ground resting. We've not created I can create like a plane to mark the area of ground. See that. So to be checking this from the right view, what I think we have this hand inside the ground, and this is the y-axis, so I can easily or quickly do that around probably here. Let me see where the ground is, somewhere around here. Okay, so when the hands land, when the landing happens, should be somewhere around here. I think I can probably copy this value, or probably let me just get it done. Just gonna do things manually, then I will refine it properly later. When it lands, and should have this rotation. Then the other hand, I'm seeing that the other hand is beginning to leave the ground when it's not supposed to be. So go to the right view, place this on the ground, rotate this, place it on the ground, shift right click and hold. Straighten it up. Okay, so let's see let's see how far we've come. We're not supposed to have this sound folded here. Supposed to be having them all rotated this way, except for the tongue that I've not started working on. This should be here. And them all up. Set to 0. Did I select this? No, it's supposed to be selected. It's not supposed to be part of it. In fact, let me move this to somewhere around here. So I want it to land and this one is on ground. So I think this should have happened. This should have happened somewhere around here. Still remain in that same position. Still remain in this position. Still remain in this position. And all of this is supposed to be out there. Out there. I don't want it to go back to that fold yet. Okay. And the coming of the hand seems to be kind of too late, so for me I am going to grab this, should be on the ground on time. Should have gotten to the ground by this spots. Copy this, bring them here. So this is what you have. Because when the weight is going down, yes, it's supported that. Yeah. Copy this key. You want to bring it here. Should be probably, it can be a bit quicker than that. Here, right click. We have okay. Should have like a slam for this. Although this one that I'm about to do now could come later. This could come later. It could come somewhere around here too. Could be copied from here. Could be copied from here and pasted right here. So that we have the hand on the ground. We're not supposed to be having it turned. We could still copy and paste that. So we can probably push this down, and in between it we can rotate the hand so that it gives us that bend. You see that? Gives us this bend, and at the same time it's moving. It started moving and moving. In between here, you're not supposed to be seeing that much bend, but the bending is not supposed to be this much. We just have to pay attention to details. That's the thing. Give attention to the detail. It gets. This is it. Let's see what the standing looks like. And I like the fact that the two ends are not leaving the ground at the same time. The other one leaves. Even this one could leave later. It could still be there. I can have it stay put up until this time. Including this part here. I don't know why we have this. I can delete that. We don't need that. But it could be moved a little bit backward. I can slide it backward, something like this. So that's what is this turning about? What is this rotation about? So this toward, so that we rotate it in this manner. But this has to be probably in the center. I'm going to create space for that. I think I like this. There is a kind of rotation that I tried to describe in the video before this. That seems to be happening now. So what you need to do to fix that is to select that and grab all the keys that we have around here in the graph editor. Go to curve and set the Euler. It's going to help rectify that. You see that? You see the movement now? That's the type of rotation in which I described earlier. So this is it. Lands, then it tries to use the other hand. And we could even shift the weight here. At this point we can shift this weight, move the weight to somewhere around here. So when it lands, no, I don't think I like that. The weight should probably be moved somewhere around here, and it shouldn't be a quick recovery. It should still be there. You see that? It should still be there. This bend should be, I think, should be very extreme. Should be very extreme because it's coming this way. It should be somewhere around here. What axis is that? I think that's the x-axis. Okay, let me push this down as well. Let me put my playhead there. So somewhere around, something around this. I'll push it a little bit past that. Then when it gets there, it should stay for a while. It falls, then start recovering. Do you see that? Select these two keys, push them down slightly. Okay. Could probably push this a little bit more to pass that. We can have like a pause around there, and then this hand should, before it begins to slide, I think I'm going to select this hand, then I'm going to make a copy of it to this place. I'll probably grab this and paste it here. I think I like that, yeah. Except that I think that there seems to be like a movement. Okay, there is a movement, and the leg movement too shouldn't happen immediately. This should not happen immediately. Let me set key, let me grab everything. Okay, I'm going to set key here, and I'm going to set key here. Go grab this. The movement of the leg started happening from somewhere around here, this place. That shouldn't be. I think that should have been. So let me copy this and paste. There has to be a level in which it has risen to before the leg now moves. I can even probably delay this a little bit, and then probably move this one a little bit forward. Yeah. So this is not bad. It's not bad, except that straight line is what I'm looking at. Yeah, I like it. It's massive. He's using the right hand to actually stand up to get himself from the ground, to recover from the weight in which it has actually dropped himself with. So, and we have like a broken leg here, which is not bad, except that I might just have to like create some keys. I selected these two, this controller and this. I'm setting keys, but this one does not have much controls around here, so I'm dropping keys to create a hold, because I'm going to be adding some things right there. So for this now, when you push forward, we are supposed to be seeing like a toe up. Is it toe up or the heel? Supposed to be seeing like the heel rising up. Should remain the key. I'm going to copy this and paste here, and I think we should still have that somewhere around here. Yep, I think this is correct. We should have this right here as well. So when it lands, push forward. Yep, I think that rising should start early enough, probably. Ouch. It goes back immediately. This is good. This is not so good. The toe should still remain something or somewhere around there. Land should still remain somewhere around there. But before that should have been set back to 0. It's more like a very quick thing that happened. Oof. Okay, let's set it down to 0 here, and also have it set down to 0 here too. Then we have this. Oof, yep. Oof, yeah. Oof. Oof. Okay, let's see what we have. Before we start pushing it further. Yep, I think things is looking very mature now. So you don't have to be afraid while animating. You just have to keep trying. If things doesn't work fine, then you keep trying. That's why what I do is I save a lot. Before starting this video, I've saved the version D. Is that version? Should I call it a version? Because I save them in using letters. Sometimes I save them using numbers. So this is what we have so far. And what we have here so far can still be pushed forward, because see, when it's standing up, it shouldn't just stand up straight, or yeah, it shouldn't just start rising immediately. There should be like a push forward. Then before you now start recovering, there should be like a forward push. Because right now what I'm seeing is when it lands, it begins to, when it lands here, it lands, and the movement and the coming of the hand too can be fixed. Look at here, the right hand seems to be folded here. Is it supposed to be so? I don't think so. I don't think so. When it's, yes, see, I like this. When it's going down, it uses the right hand to actually stop that movement. Yes, before he now starts pushing himself back up. But what I'm saying is, at this point, before start pushing himself forward, there should be like a movement forward. It should like go forward, then before rising up. And I could just decide to leave it like this. So different animators have their ways of animating, and different seers a different person will see these and say, okay, fine, this is good enough. And some people will tell you that this is not good enough, it can be made better. So I'm going to select this hand, and then he should start preparing himself or itself to come forward. Start preparing itself to come forward. Once it gets to the ground on time, probably. This is when it gets to the ground. Let me slide this backward. And I think I might give it a couple of more. Probably, let me do Control Z, let me do weights. Alright, this is where the pushing. Let me leave this one like that. I'm going to leave this hand like that, except that the rising, I think this could be probably sent forward like this, slightly forward. Yes, this is it. And the head too should go down. Should be like a, it should kind of be slowed down. Let me select everything. I can probably select from here to there. 1, 2, 3. Seems like a pop. There seems to be like a pop here. Okay, I think that is coming from the hand, the right hand. Okay, it's obvious that's where it's coming from. Okay, so what we can do is to grab this, and then we'll grab the hand. We'll set a key here, and we'll drop a key here, and I'll drop a key here. I'm doing that for the hip simply because we'll be pushing it forward. So it should be rising from this position. Should be rising up from this position, I think. And I think I should have pushed this forward from here. Yep. Let me look for the Z graph. Let me So this is what we have. Probably push them down a little bit. So let's see. Yep, let's see what we have there. Okay, still not good enough. The hand seems a little bit slower now. Seems to be a little bit slower in landing. And push it forward so it lands earlier. Enough. So all of these nails, controllers, copy this, do it here. I'm going to paste it right here. Okay, it remains this. It should land immediately. There should be no movement. It should stay put in its position, except that it should be raised up because it's just going there. Yep. In between all of these fingernails. Yeah. Fast, so I'm going to delete these keys. Okay. Just going to copy these keys. That's what I'm doing. Okay, I think I see where that is coming from. Just going to delete this. This is what we should have. Okay, probably we might have it on the other side. Let me check the value of this, the value of that. They are the same, except that here it's smoothing them all out. Okay. Okay, paste you here. I might have a rotation coming from. Where do I have a rotation coming from? Okay, sometimes we have things like this happening. is part of it. You see that? Move that. We'll move for each one of the keys. You see now? Sometimes it happens, it's part of thing. It's one of the things in which Animator face actually. So this is it. The hands movement. So it remains this one here, it remains the term here. Here's what I'm going to do. Copy from here, we'll paste that here, including array. We'll copy from here, just click and drag and paste. Okay, we'll do the same thing to that. Click and drag and paste. Until when it continues, until when it starts leaving the ground is when. So I'm going to come back to deal with this one. Okay, I think we're getting there. Let's see what we have. Let's see what we have. See, having a lot of movement from the leg. One of the legs, let's call it this nail here. Okay. Okay, let's look at the spine, or the what's it called, the root controller. Its movement forward in the Z. So let's see what that looks like. Looks a little bit dark here. Let's see, and probably this. I'll push this up slightly. Shouldn't quickly start recovering like that. Yep. Let me push this up. If it is still in this position, I don't think it needs the hands to not still be on the ground. I think this is good. Yes, and at the same time the leg shouldn't come back to deal with the leg, but let's focus on the hand. Okay, this is not bad, except that I'm just having issues with the way. Probably I should drop this slightly, push them back slightly. Okay, it seems to be coming together. Yeah, it seems to be coming together. Except that because it's being pushed to the right, it makes the nail to swing the way I do not like the fact that, let me set this key here. Selected this nail and the root controller. I'm setting keys. I want this nail controller to have its key the same place where the hip has his. We'll copy this and drop it here. Copy and drop it here. Okay. getting there. So talking about saving earlier, you notice that the last exercise is exercise C. This one has been saved as exercise D. That's what I meant by saving. So I like when I want to start a new lesson now, what I'll do is I'll save it to exercise E. So I'm saving almost all the steps where I come in to refine or to treat something on the animation. Do you get? So that's the thing, it's always better. So I do this simply because if anything happens, I will have something to fall back to. You get? So that's the reason. So let's deal with this hand now. Let's deal with this hand, and what we're going to do is I'm going to copy what it looks like here. I'm going to click and drag and paste it here. So when you now start recovering, the hand should still keep that position. You still keep the position up until when, probably somewhere around here. I think I like that. So what I'm going to do is when it lands, I'm going to leave that for now. Grab this. Okay, this is good. This is good, except that I might have or leave this to be in the same position as this. Drop keys. So now what I'm going to do to this ones here, and probably this ones, okay, is that they should have their keys as well in the same place as the hand. So what it here, probably this one's too. What we have here is what we should have right here. And deselect this. And stop. Okay. Okay. Yo, I like that. Let's see what we have. This. Okay. Okay. That's what we have. It could still be on the ground for a while. It could still be on the ground. Can we just still have it on the ground? Let's see what it gives us. Let's select this ones. Then I will drop keys for them. Okay, let's see. Can the two ends leave the ground at the same time? That is where the issue is. Okay. That's, it should be like, I don't know, a little bit of delay for one of them. It's not bad that they are leaving the ground at the same time, but just consign it a bit. I can delay that a little bit more, like in here. Okay. Let's select all the keys that we have right here. I'm going to highlight this. I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right click and snap. Let's see what we have. We are getting there actually. We're getting there. Except that I'm going to stop this video now. Let's see what we have in the play blast. Okay. It can be done, it can be made better.